Yeah, about 20 or 25 years ago by now, we buried this unloader one time. I think my oldest son was maybe 5 or 6, somewhere in there, not much older than that. And so yeah, it had to be pushing close 24, 25 years ago. We weren't gonna fill it completely full, so we didn't pull the unloader quite up to the top. And we had, it was down maybe 8 or 10 feet, not very far, but, and that fall the corn had got a little dry on us, so when we were filling, it didn't take quite as many loads to fill it. And I knew about how many loads it took to fill it the first time, which if I remember right was somewhere around 30. And I think we had like 24 in maybe, and I went to climb the silo to look in, and I noticed a winch was pulled off the wall on the inside, and I'm like, oh my word, you gotta be kidding me. Because I knew that meant something wasn't right up above there, and I come up and there was no unloader in sight. My one brother-in-law and my nephew came, and I could tell, I mean, I knew it couldn't have happened real long before that, but my one brother-in-law and my nephew came and helped, and we forked a whole bunch of silage out of that silo that night yet. And I think we ran it out into our mixer wagon. That was the only way we could do it because of the way our conveyors were, and then we took it out and put it on a pile. And I think we ended up getting right around 20 ton, and we forked out around 40,000 pounds because we weighed it on the scales of the mixer. And man, I tell you what, that was work. Once we found where the unloader was, we just finished uncovering it, and then it was about a day or two later, the silo company came and redid everything that they needed to redo, and we got the unloader pulled on up. I say redid everything, I'm sorry. They redid everything enough that we could get the unloader. They remounted the winch, and I think we put a whole new cable on it because of, yeah, stressing it out like that. And it bent the frame on the unloader a little bit. They replaced enough of that we could pull the unloader on up high enough. And then we finished filling it and just ended up putting a piece of plastic cap on the top, and then came back. I don't remember how long it was after that till we uncovered it, but yeah, they had to finish rebuilding some of the unloader then, and yeah, that ended up being a fairly costly mistake and a lot of hard work. So I'm always careful that we keep close tabs on these unloaders. I now climb them long before we need to many times as we're filling them, just to make sure where everything's at. But yeah, my son Willie's down in the feed room watching the winch. We have an electric winch with a motor on it, and I'm up here in the chute watching it because it's not clear empty, so you can't see it from down at the ground. But anyway, well, I think they're coming here around 9 or 9:30 to get started, so we'll try to get some video of that too. They're here chopping today, and we're filling our one silo. The corn still looks fairly green, but the kernels on the ears are getting really dry. We got a telephone pole right in the middle of one of our fields, so we have to go around it. Right through here is pretty good for what we have this year. next Sally's cart to get filled up. Like I said, they have 2 carts like this that hook behind the tractor, and then the one that's on the truck. Right out here, we're still back here in this section where we cleared the woods out, and there's 2 or 3 spots in the field. We got rid of all the stumps, but they must be coming up from the roots. You can see right over there on that ridge where there's some small trees popping up through the corn. So yeah, it's not a lot, but maybe, I don't know if it's 20 or 30 small trees there right on just that one ridge. But then if you look down across here, you don't see any of them. So yeah, apparently it was just the one kind of tree that started growing back from the roots or something. This field of corn here that we're chopping, right here's a lower spot, and that corn's probably 10, 12 feet tall. That's the way the whole field should look. But because of the dry summer earlier in the summer we had, now we're going up there where it's getting more up on a hill. Back here where we took this woods out, and again, it's definitely shorter than some of our other corn, but it's got really nice ears back here. That's just surprising, and I guess it's because we got all the rain here later than we did like in the past month. We were terrible hot and dry in June and the first half of July, then we started getting a few rains along, then we ended up there about the first week in August getting that 3.5 inches from the remnants of a hurricane. And apparently it was too late to bring it back to get it to grow full potential height-wise, but it was early enough to finish out the ears, so that sure is a blessing too. So it could be better, but it could be a whole lot worse, so we're thankful for what we have. The field where we took the woods out, we planted it all as one big field. I think there was 77 or 78 acres. That back corner, about 10 or 12 of them where we took the woods out. But this is over here. It'd be the same variety of corn. Here again, right here is a spot. Man, if it all looked like that, yeah, we'd have a good corn crop. But anyway, we're still happy for what we have. Wagon's about empty. They'll soon be pulling another enough. This sow load I'm on is 85 feet tall. You can see the shadows there. That's my hand waving in the shadow. That's pretty neat. Yeah, you can see all the shadows from all three silos. This wagon here is just getting empty. They'll soon pull away and another will pull up. Yeah, that was a little far away. Tractor and Sally's cart pulling up. They're definitely bringing in full loads. Boy, I tell you what, there's not much any room left on these things. We have a pretty big blower, and we put our McCormick 165 on, which we have it turned up. That has about 185 horsepower, and it takes it away pretty good. It's amazing, these newer blowers, how fast they can take this stuff away. It's pulling up to the blower for today. I think we put 22 loads in. I think they say they get close to 15 ton on these wagons as full as they're filling them. So whatever that would be, probably close to 400 ton. What it looks like in the silo when we're filling it. There, that little chute piece that I was talking about on top of the unloader. Or is connected to a pipe that blows it the whole way up the silo. Then there's a big gooseneck that blows it in right into the middle of the silo. And it hits that chute, and the unloader is going around the whole time. So it distributes it around. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see. It keeps a nice even distribution the whole way coming up the silo. So yeah, we're getting up here. We probably need 6 or 8 more loads at the most, and this silo will be full for today. I'm not exactly sure how many they have, but I'm guessing, yeah, maybe pushing 25, or there will be at least 25 in here till we're done. We're getting almost full here today. We got one more load to get in yet. That's down maybe, I don't know, 8-9 feet from the top of the wall right now. Yeah, we're not gonna chuck it as full as we can today, because we'll refill here in about 2 days. It's 43 degrees this morning. Even the dogs think it's cold. We have some really nice line backs springing and calving right now. There's a black and white one that calved yesterday. She's tremendous. There's another one that's springing right there, but yeah, there's one that's springing with her second calf. There goes that first calf heifer that calved yesterday. Yeah, there's a side view of that other heifer. That one's coming in with her second calf as well. There's another one in here somewhere that calved. Yeah. My son Willie's up opening the Harvest Store sallow up. We're gonna fill it today with earlage or snap leach. And yeah, there's a lid there in the center of the sallow you gotta open up on top of the roof. And there's one down at the bottom. It's still on top of the roof, like down toward the ladder, where the ladder comes up. You open up for to let the air out. And then that top piece there on the end, right on the end of the gooseneck, you gotta flip that down so it goes down in the hole. And yeah, there he's flipping it down. What he was doing right there at the beginning, there's two airbags that hang down in the sallow about 10 feet, and it's connected to strings. You gotta pull them up. It kind of folds them in half and then tie them up. Otherwise, when it's getting about full, it'll pinch it, or it could possibly pinch it against the wall. It's like a catwalk, comes down from the center down to the ladder, and then there's a cage on the whole ladder. Yeah, well, good morning, everyone. We're here today getting ready to do our earlage. This morning is Thursday, September the 6th, I believe it is. They put a combine head on the chopper, and yeah, they have a 12-row combine head, and so yeah, eats are up pretty quick. They have a cart that they bring the combine head in on, and they can't fold this combine head up, so but we're gonna chop a little silage later after we're done with the earlage to refill our one salad that we filled the other day. So he also has the regular corn head here too. He's setting that off. He's getting ready to pull over and hook it up to the combine head. Got to pull in just right to get everything lined up good. They're getting ready to start. The first round they have to go around with the truck running right behind the chopper. And like I said the other day there when they were filling the sallow, they have one silage bed on a truck. The other two are just silage carts. They can unload out the front or the back, but this goes in a sallow too, so we're going out the front. But yeah, it is nicer with the truck when they drive right behind, because they can keep that truck right up behind the chopper and don't have to, with the tractor and cart, they have to say the cart's way back farther because of the tractor in between. took the headlands off the field and now they're splitting it here, or they did split it. This corn looks way greener than it normally does when we do earlage, but we had all the dry weather this summer, and then we got a lot of rain here the last month, and the ear is mature and ready for earlage, but the stalk is still green as can be. Yeah, if you see the husk on the ear is brown. If you open it up, there's no milk, pretty much no milk left in the kernels, but it is borderline of being a little on the wet side with as much juice as in the stalks, but the grain itself is about right. And this field here was our best field of corn. It's the one that had that really bad slug damage, and then it when it came out of it, it's actually filled out pretty nice ears. This one here's probably about your typical ear. It's not quite filled out to the end, but they're really fat. They got 16 to 18 rows around them, so there's a fair amount of grain coming off of them.
A shout of praise. Oh, there's only one name. We lift up a shout. We lift up a shout. Oh, together we sing. We lift up a shout. We lift up a shout of praise. Shout of praise. Oh, there's only one name. We lift up a shout. We lift up a shout. Oh, together we sing. We lift up a shout. We lift up a shout of praise. Let the anthem rise up, let the song ring out, let the ground now tremble as we raise a shout. Let the anthem rise up, let the song ring out, and let the ground now tremble as we raise a shout. Oh, there's only one name. We lift up a shout. We lift up a shout.